What's going on, guys? It's Gage with YuGiOh Gaming, and we got the one, the only Mr. Bo Smith. We are a little late today, but last week at the Knoxville Con, very first one, you got top four?
Top, fourth after Swiss, top 8. I lost in top 8.
Nice,
yeah, I lost
nice,
the Fox, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see the goo, bro.
I will, yeah. So I played branded Eldlich last week as his pre-Power of the Elements.
Nice.
Most of the cards that you play are still the same because I played the deck today, so.
Right.
Played 2 Fallen Albaz. I don't think you need 3. I think 2 is probably the perfect number on this. You don't hard draw it super often. I did draw it last weekend against a Dragon Link guy. It's really nice to draw there, but outside of that. 2 of these. Nobody's playing Ice Dragon's Prisoner or nothing, so you don't really need 3 of these, I don't think. 2 of these. Kind of go back and forth on the playing 2 of them. Side deck, I side deck a lot of normal summons, so a lot of times I'll side out the second one, but the math makes sense to I think play 2 of them for game 1.
Right.
And then I played these. These are really cool. I think this is the only deck besides maybe the Predaplant deck that can still play this package. But I think in a Floodgate Eldlich style of deck or whatever, I think this package is absolutely crazy. Because the game gets simplified. You can always
Oh, for sure.
get to Alba.
Yeah.
So you can just always get to this. And then so for the spell cards, just literally just all gas, all power spells. 3 Prosperity. Prosperity is crazy. You just always see your side deck cards. Always do 6 every time in this deck.
Right.
Triple Branded Fusion. This card's really cool. At the tournament, I didn't get to resolve this other than one time until round 6.
Yeah.
It got ashed like 10 times or something like that, and the one time it didn't get ashed, my guy got impermed. The first time I resolved this, I had an inspector board on the field, and he had ash in his hand.
Oh my goodness.
And I actually got to actually finally resolve it. And then 2 of these. This is really crazy. There were a couple of games where I drew this and this, and it's so much advantage. 3 of these. I really like this. This card kind of does everything in the deck. I know some people debate playing 2 and playing less cards, but I don't know. It's just it's everything. It cracks boards going second. It makes sure you're going pen, going first hand's better.
Right.
And then 2 Nadir Servant. Pretty cool. You have a million targets to send. And in the with the new Power of the Element stuff, you have even more cards you can send with this.
Oh,
It's,
yeah. It becomes an engage with the new fusion. Yeah.
With the Garuda guy and all that. And then I played a lot of trap cards, right? Because it's branded Eldlich. 3 Sanguine. Everyone plays this. 3 of these. 2 of these. It's pretty good. I thought about for my deck, because the tier element deck came out, I thought playing 3 of this today. That was an idea I had. I ended up not doing it, but pretty standard ratios right there. Sometimes you cut some of these too. Whenever you go first, in game 3 or something like that, because sometimes you just need to draw your side deck cards. And then 3 Skill Drain, 3 Goes in Match, and then 3 There Can Be Only Once. So I think last weekend before Power of the Elements, I think these were probably the best ratio of the Floodgates. They stopped the most amount of decks. I was playing against a lot of Rogue. I played against Salamangreat, Fluunderies, a bunch of stuff like that. So this one was really sick. This one covers a lot of the good decks. Sword Soul and stuff like that. This one's pretty good across the board.
Would you change any of this up now, post-poke?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this one's still really good against Splight. This one's really good against Splight. I drew this today against my tier element opponent, and I didn't really like it that much because you can't. It's you can't really end on a big body, a big enough body, unless you have a card that interacts with their monsters. Because they can still summon Guardian Chimera, they can still summon 27 Dragos Stapelias. It's pretty hard to skill drain and just win like that.
Makes sense.
I think this one's still pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then I also played Solemn Strikes. I really like this card. Just in general, I think this card's awesome. I like that, it's normally a going first card, right? You strike them just whenever they do anything, but a lot of times when you play Floodgates and stuff like this, if you have to go second, you have to have some amount of these still in your deck, and this card is kind of what lets these stick. Whenever they have Baron or Now Totally Awesome or whatever, if you can have a Solemn Strike beside it, it's usually enough to let your cards resolve, get back in the game, all that good stuff. And then play 2 Punishment. I saw a list that played 3, but I think 2 is the right number. I didn't really miss any of the other Dogmatica cards either, Fleur-de-Lis or any of that. I don't think any of that needed to be in my deck.
Gotcha.
So that was 43 cards. That's what I played last week. And then the extra deck, it's really simple. 2 Mirror Jades, 2 Albions, Lubellion, Alba, Titanic cards. These are all the Albaz guys. Pretty sure you just play all the same ones anyway. They all have like a lot of functions. This one is kind of like my favorite one because you kind of just always send this one because it gets to Branded Fusion or Fusion Destiny.
Right.
So I'm a big fan of that one. I guess Dragon Link, you can fuse all their stuff away. This one's kind of cool. Like if something happens to this, like say you run out of them, like this one can still send Golden Lord, and then like sometimes you can fuse for this and like actually kill them. It gets huge, yeah. Entis for the Nadir Servant. I played DP, and then I played Ink Spider, Lina, Nightmare Unicorn, Access Code Talker, and then I changed my deck today. So last weekend this was a Constellar Pleiades. This was Dark Charmer. I didn't really summon either of them, so it didn't really matter. This week I played the new cards. I played that new Garuda fusion guy. It's like super sick, just raw card whenever you do anything. And I played the Kit Kalos, the Tier Elements guy, because it just mills 5. So like if you have a game where you don't get to any of your Eldlich cards, but say you have like a Nadir Servant or something, you can get to your Eldlich cards that way. And then the side deck I played last weekend was 3 Inspector Border. This card's really ignorant. I really, really like it. Still probably play it all just the same. The reason I really, really like this card isn't just because it's like a floodgate or anything, but because people always side like back row hate for your deck. And your deck's like really vulnerable to like Ash, so like whenever you have an Inspector Border and say they have like Lightning Storms, like they can only hit 1. If they evenly match you, they still have to deal with this. And like their hand has to be like really good. They have to have like Imperm and like their back row hate card whenever you side this in.
Right.
I really like it. This one overperforms every single time I draw it, always. Kill them under Mystic Mind, just like tribute all your stuff. Today you like tribute their like Spite Elf and Totally Awesome at the same time. Like
It's pretty broken.
This one overperforms. This is why I take out the Clazy out of my deck a lot of the time, because this is a lot of normal summons. So usually it's like these going second, these going first. But, so, triple Mystic Mind. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to main deck this or not. Sometimes there's some matchups where it's like really, really good. It's still like probably like, you still play it against like tier elements and stuff. Like they can't naturally out it very, very well. So.
Well, yeah.
Like this, I mean, this card should be banned. Everyone knows that, right? And then triple rivalry. So I side this in. This one's like good against a bunch of matchups, but like not as many as I think all the other floods. So I just side them for like the correct matchups, because sometimes you have to take out some of the floodgates, so you need something to put in. And then the last card is for just hate all the side deck cards. Like everyone, yeah, like evenly matches you and lightning storms you and all that kind of stuff. So have a good card for all that. I think that's it.
Any shout outs before we get out of here?
Just shout out to YuGiOh.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's it basically.
All right. Thank you so
like,
much,
comment,
man.
subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you.